Hi, everybody. Welcome. I don't know if that has started. So, hi, everybody. Welcome to Beauty and Body Slams live edition. Um, just doing a quick live because here it's kind of herring today. But just doing a quick live because I did promise that we talk about the last heart beating, and I'm not that many pages in, but I still wanted to come on and talk. But first, we got to do a little beauty. So, one of my beauty hacks is I use a contour crayon for my lips, and then I apply this Miss Beauty strawberry tint lip oil. Moisturized lips, and have a quick little contour, and I'm good to go. So I don't know how I feel about all this hair here. So we're just gonna throw that. All right. So, like I said, just something really quick. We're going to talk The Last Heart Beating by Natty Neihart as part of what we're going to do here on Beauty and Body Slams. And right now, we have not gotten as far as we wanted to, but I still wanted to come on and just tell you what I've gotten through so far. So, I've gotten through the preface and the forwards. Ford was awesome by The Rock. So, for those of you who don't know, their families have an attachment. The Rock's grandmother had a business deal with Natty's grandfather. So, they would interchange wrestlers from time to time. So I wanted to just share that with you. And also this piece in here where he says, as a father to three daughters, including Simone, who's now proudly continuing our family's wrestling legacy, I have deep respect for women who kick doors down and lead with strength and authenticity. Natty carries the spirit of the women who came before her, including my grandmother, and she's helping shape what the future of this industry looks like. And that is so true about Natty, with her and TJ doing the dungeon, bringing that back forward and giving people an opportunity to get that dungeon training, rather if it's someone as young Brody, or someone who's been in the business and well seasoned, they can come in and they can get some extra help in training, work on their promos, things like that. And to know that Natty is not just looked at from the women peers, but she's looked at by her men peers too. So one of the things so far that I read that really got me in part one is about the Hall of Fame. So the first chapter, she talks about how they decided to scatter her dad's ashes and not realizing that it was illegal to scatter the ashes in the park. So they went to, where is it here? They were filming Total Divas, and it is illegal to, in state laws, to spread ashes in New York City. So, of course, all this happens right before going into getting ready to go to the Hall of Fame. And then we all know what happened at the Hall of Fame, that weird person decided that was a good time to uh, attack Bret Hart, and hearing how everybody like stood up for him and stopped the attacker, and they were able to do the speech. Now, mind you, the speech was not supposed to go as long as they did. It was supposed to be 15 minutes. And Bret's speech went on for way longer than that. And because of the attack, he actually got to give his whole entire speech. So just a little behind the scenes that I learned in like the first chapter. Um, and then she goes into talking about her grandfather and how he was in Manhattan after, as a tourist after World War II, and just how he found about Capital Wrestling, which is now WWE. Um, and how he took what he learned from his mentors and turned it into Stampede. Now, one of the things that was also in here, which really touched my heart, I did not know that her grandfather lived in a tent outside for years, and the school found out about it, and that was part of why he was the way he was. He lived outside with basically a weapon to kill any animals that were going to, attack him in the night. And so learning about that and learning how her grandmother, how involved she was, similar to Leah Maivia, she before she took over the business, right? Because Leah ended up taking the business over. She did the payroll, the taxes. She found the Pop and Circumstance song, which everybody always is like, oh, that's so Macho Man. But if you know your history, and it is reminded here in the book, Gorgeous George used that. Um, it's just them buying an orphanage and then having all these kids and the grandkids. And she called her grandpa Pappy, Grandpappy, Grampy, I'm sorry, which I just thought was so cute. And how her father, and then this is what I'm saying, I haven't gotten really far because it's been kind of crazy here, but how her father got stretched um, into a submission by her grandfather because he's like, I really love your daughter. And he stretched him and stretched him. He's like, I want to date her. And 3 months later, they got married, had 3 kids. Natty's in the middle. And for all intents and purposes, I am a middle child. I'm also an oldest child. And if you look at Natty, Natty acts like an oldest child too. But my mom's oldest and my dad's in middle. So I get it. You're a little bit of everything when you just want to be yourself. And so yeah, so far I'm really enjoying what I'm reading. And I'm going to be starting. Oh, actually, I did read. Well, yeah, read a little bit about Jen, but I just told you about that. Um, and interesting enough, he had gotten a car that didn't have really a back seat. So she's explained it like a Flintstone car, and how rain or shine, they had to be in this car. And the misinterpretation of, kids, of course, kids always think that someone is rich because their mom or dad are on TV, but, the kids at school not knowing the struggle. And then she goes right into the end about how things changed and suddenly her family became a WWE family. But yeah, that's where I've gotten so far. I am enjoying this book. Hopefully, I will get some more in this weekend. Um, we are preparing for, of course, it's Mother's Day weekend. So, everyone is getting ready for Mother's Day weekend, and Monday is my birthday. So, I've been just trying to prepare, and of course, enjoy some wrestling. I enjoy, things I see. Shout outs real quick for the wrestling that we have seen so far. Callie Armstrong, freaking star. Can we just all agree on that? Callie Armstrong is going to be a huge star. I'm looking forward to seeing where they're going to go with that. I'm looking forward to seeing where they're going to go with Tatum Paxley's title as well. I love Tatum, but she's got some, I mean, she's got what, four? Was it 3 or 4 girls coming after her yesterday, um, including Zaria. I'm looking forward to see where they're going to go with Zaria too. Tonight, Willow Nightingale. If you know, you know. I love Willow Nightingale. Happy birthday to Lash Legend, another May baby. She just had her bridal shower. Congratulations as well to the sister of Mi Chin and Big E, as they are also getting ready for their bridal shower as well. They had this weekend. So congratulations to all the brides. Happy birthday again, like I said, to Lash. But yeah, so it's been a lot going on. Backlash. I don't have any predictions yet. Hopefully, I can throw in some predictions on another recording, on another day of what I think is going to happen. Maybe I'll do that early Saturday morning because the pay per view is Saturday afternoon. So after watching SmackDown, try to get an idea of who I think is going to win what. I am really intrigued with who has Jacob been on the phone with. If you notice, Royce Keys was on the phone with someone on Friday. Were they on the phone with the same person? Um, Jacob in the whole Tongan death grip. Where were the Usos? They said when things pop off, where were they? What's going to happen tonight with Dynamite? Will we see Will Osprey? Is he going to give us some information of what's going on? I know he did his thing with United Empire last week. Congratulations to Andrade on his win as well. So there's going to be a lot to talk about. I heard Tenosuke Takesha has Kenosuke Takesha, sorry. He has signed with another organization with New Japan. So I can't wait to hear where everything is going. And yeah, so just be on the lookout. You don't know what you're going to find out on Beauty and Body Slams or just my regular stuff. But I did, like I said, I promised I was going to come on and talk a little bit about what I've read so far in Natty's book. I'm going to do better. I'm dog sitting too, so that kind of took away from a bit too. Other than that, y'all, wish me luck going into another job interview shortly. We got to get your girl employed. It has been a few weeks now. I need a new job. I love coming on and doing my socials, but I also love having a full time job. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for joining the stream. Maybe we'll try this as a podcast model soon. We'll talk later. Have fun with the beauty and body slams. Bye, babies.